Welcome to this week's look at the state of the New York City real estate market, where I take a look at the luxury market, the Manhattan market, and the Brooklyn market. I do it because I want you to be informed. It never hurts when you're a consumer to be informed. So before we get to the last week's numbers for the luxury market, let's take a look at what happened last year in 2021 in the luxury market in New York City. So again, luxury here being properties that are priced at $4 million and above. For 2021, we had 1,877 contracts signed of $4 million and above, totaling almost $16 billion. That is just a massive record. The last time that we saw anything close to this was in 2006. So it is almost 3 times the number of deals in the luxury market that we saw for 2020 and twice as many as 2019. And here's something else to impress you. So the totals for signed contracts and volume are nearly 30% higher than the highest years of 2013 to 2015. Wow. So clearly, New York City has rebounded, and I thought it would be interesting to share that information with you. You know, one of the things that we saw, especially in the luxury market in 2021, is that, you know, the rich just got richer and they definitely bought bigger. Likely it had to do with people just wanting more space overall, and if they could buy it, they did. So let's talk about what happened last week, January 3rd to January 9th in the luxury market in Manhattan. So properties that are priced at $4 million and above. There were 21 contracts signed last week. That's one less than the week before. Really not bad, however, given the rapid rise of Omicron and the fact that it was the first business week of 2022. Condos outsold co-ops 13-6, and there were 2 townhouses in the mix. So let's take a look at the number 1 contract. It was 5C at 71 Laight Street. It was asking $13.1 million. It is a condo. It has 3,708 square feet, including 5 bedrooms, 5.5 bathrooms, and an eat-in kitchen. Ceilings are high, 11, 12 feet. It has large windows. The apartment is in the Sterling Mason condo, and that has 32 units. It has amenities that include a doorman, a concierge, fitness center, playroom, bike room, and storage. The seller purchased the condo back in December 2015 from the sponsor for $9.95 million. So nice return on that. And now let's talk about the number 2 contract. It was 46 East at 56 Leonard Street, and that was asking $13 million. This condo has almost 3,400 square feet, including 4 bedrooms, 4.5 bathrooms. It also has high ceilings, 12 feet. It also has balconies off the living room and the master bedroom. That features north, south, and west city views. 56 Leonard is a very interesting building. It's 60 stories. It has 145 units. It's designed like a glass obelisk and was designed by Pritzker Prize winning architects Herzog and de Meuron. It has 17,000 square feet of amenities, including a 75-foot pool, indoor-outdoor theaters, landscape sun deck, fitness center, sauna, lounge, and a children's playroom. That seller bought this from the sponsor, actually while it was still in construction. So they bought it from the floor plan. And in March of 2017, and it closed for a little over $11 million. So again, on that, decent return on that investment. So let's talk just very quickly about the overview, the quick stats for January 3rd to the 9th. So the total weekly asking price sales volume was a little over 147 million. The average asking price was right around 7 million. The median asking price was 5.3 million and change. And the average discount from the original ask to the last asking price is 1%. That is a big change. We are used to seeing higher percentages of discount, but last week it was 1%. Is that a trend? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. The days on market, the average was 572, so that remains about the same. Again, when we're talking luxury properties, clearly we have quite a few buyers for those. We've saw evidence of that last year, but they do take a while, a little longer to sell than your average property. So that's it for the luxury market for last week. Let's start out by what happened in 2021 in the Manhattan market, and then we'll talk about what's happening right now. So the supply in Manhattan is way down, and the holidays definitely brought that slowdown. For sure, people were not putting properties on the market as frequently as they were. We're starting to see signs of life when it comes to properties. We'll talk about that in a minute. And the pending sales was really ticking way up, and this is what we saw at the end of the year. Seasonally, it was really quite strong, but overall, the Manhattan market had a very, very strong rebound from 2020 that just got stronger as the year went on. If you want even more information and specifics about the different parts of the Manhattan market, just let me know. Post your comments below, and I'm happy to share that with you and kind of get into the specifics of what you would like to know about where the market, how we did last year for 2021 in Manhattan, and perhaps even more importantly, where it looks like we're going. Let's take a look at what happened last week for the Manhattan market. So here's what we're seeing in terms of supply. Supply is up. There was 419% change upward. We have 296 properties that came on the market this last week. We have 195 contracts signed. That's also up 1.56%. And we're also seeing a bit of an increase in off-market properties. So these are properties that were on the market, people took them off the market. Perhaps they did that just to kind of give their property a little break if it hadn't sold, which is sometimes what people do. There are 252 properties that were taken off the market. That's 152% from the week before. It'll be interesting to see if that is going to change in the coming weeks, and if some of these off-market properties will come back on the market, which would be wonderful for buyers because they will have more choice. So currently, as we have been through much of 2021, we are very much in a seller's market. If sellers are in alignment with their pricing, meaning alignment with the market and what the market will bear, they should do just fine, because clearly there's a lot of buyer activity. So let's talk about Brooklyn. What happened in Brooklyn in 2021? Honestly, much the same as happened in Manhattan. Although I would say Brooklyn even outperformed Manhattan in terms of demand, in terms of buyer activity overall. They really, really struggled with keeping inventory. There really was no inventory. It's interesting to see kind of where we're starting off the year. So for last week, we saw 226 properties come on the market. That's a change week over week of 283% up, which is great because we weren't seeing much coming on the market at the end of the year. There were 148 contracts signed. That's up almost 16%. So we're continuing to see strong contract activity despite the holidays, despite the surge in Omicron. We'll see kind of where this goes. Last two things I want to talk about with the Brooklyn market are the off-market properties. As with Manhattan, we saw a number of properties come off the market last week, 211 in Brooklyn. That is up over 240% from the week before. Now, will be interesting to see, will they come back on the market? And when they do, are they going to adjust their price? Are they going to bring it back on, these properties back on soon? Or are they going to wait till it gets a little closer to perhaps the end of the winter and more spring-like weather? We shall see. Clearly, seller's market in Brooklyn as well. That is just a continuation of what we saw in 2021. Okay, so that is it for this week's State of the Market report for New York City. Again, if you want more details about what happened in 2021 in the luxury market, in the Manhattan market, or in the Brooklyn market, or all three, please reach out to me, let me know. I'm always happy to share the information that I have with you. I'll be back with more news about the New York City real estate market. In the meantime, take care.